Hi everyone, it's Quinn here on Make a Video Monday. Ooh, and it is cold. And it's Monday, January 19th, 2026. And it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And so Ralphie's home from school, out playing in the backyard. And Rosie is taking a nap right inside. My hand is so cold right now. I have to put my other glove on. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and share some encouragement that I've had, just been meditating on, something that I feel the Lord has drawn my attention to in the past few weeks. And last time I talked about the light, how Jesus is the true light. And I got to thinking about the reason we need light is because of darkness, because of our tendency as human beings to love the darkness. That's what Jesus says in John 3:19, that men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. That's how we are in our natural state apart from God, is that our hearts are deceitful and desperately wicked. Who can know it? It says in Jeremiah 17. And so it's easy to see the proof of that just by turning on the news. You see dark things, and they can be scary, and they can cause you to be anxious, going through the world just waiting for the next terrible thing to happen. And I have to admit that some of the things I had seen on the internet and stuff last week were like getting to me a little bit and making me anxious and stuff. And I took that to the Lord and talked to Brent about it too, and I was just encouraged. Brent reminded me, Jesus says, take no thought for tomorrow. And I also remember today the verse, John 16:33. The latter half of that verse says, in this world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. And that's Jesus speaking. And he says we shall have tribulation, like that's a guarantee from living in this world. And that word tribulation means a pressure, like a rubbing together. Like, I always think of sandpaper, how you're just kind of worn down by some of the things that happen in this life. But another word in that verse that means be of good cheer or take courage is tharseo, which means to be emboldened from within, literally to be warm-hearted, which sounds nice right now, sitting in this cold, having an inner warmth that radiates out of you from God's Spirit. And the way we cultivate that warmth or that light, to keep away the darkness, is to be in God's presence and to open His Word. And it says in Psalm 119, the entrance of thy words giveth light. When His words walk into the room, into any situation where there's darkness, all of a sudden there can be light. And Martin Luther King Jr. actually said something about that too. He said that darkness couldn't drive out darkness, and only light could do that. And he was right about that. And I think about how he was a peaceful man that met a violent end, which reminds me of what happened to Charlie Kirk this year too. And I think anytime that happens, we should take note of the things that person said and to remember that Jesus said that the darkness of this world seeks to overcome the light, and we as Christians can't allow it to. We can't just lay down and say that the darkness is too strong for us, because we have the armor of light. It says that in Romans, we need to put on the armor of light. And my brother Corey said something convicting once in a Sunday school lesson of his about this subject, and he said most Christians are not a threat to the kingdom of darkness. And that was convicting to me, because, well, his point was that as Christians,
I won.
You won?
Yeah.
Good job.
I won the race.
As Christians, we're not meant to just be on defense all the time against darkness. We're to go on offense and take the light into the darkest parts and to illuminate it, and not just the darkness that's out there, but the darkness that's in here, because Jesus said that's the real heart of darkness. Where the real evil comes from is out of our own hearts as human beings. So we need to let his light reveal those things in ourselves too, which is where we need to look first. And then, that allows us to look out and to see how we can be a light to others too. And I guess I'll just leave you with this, a song I've heard recently by Tasha Layton called Singing in the Dark. And she says, how does it start? Well, in the chorus, I just remember this part. I'll keep reaching for your hand when I can't see where you are. While I'm waiting for the light to break, I'll keep singing in the dark. And so that just encourages me that, in this world, we're gonna face the darkness, the tribulation. We're gonna face the darkness from inside of ourselves even first, and then in the others around us too. We are gonna face it, but we have to walk through it. We have to reach for Jesus' hand, because he has overcome the world and the darkness, and he is the true light, and it shines so much brighter, and it's so much more powerful than the dark. So I think that's just what I wanted to encourage you guys with today. Oh, my hand is so freezing. Well, anyway, just keep singing in the dark and looking to the light, looking to Jesus. So I hope that encourages you guys today. Thank you so much for listening, and God bless you guys. Have a good week and stay warm, and we'll talk to y'all next time. So, you want to say bye, Ralphie?
Bye.
All right. Thank you guys. Bye.